Coach Prime at CU said, "You can't fake your way to consistency. Leading a consistent life will show itself over time, and time is a wonderful storyteller." Believe it or not, he says, most people live a double life, and it's exhausting to be something you're not. Figure out who you are and be that every day. Now that's a good word, and we know as baseball players, there are a lot of things outside of our control, especially our results. Like you can do everything right, for instance, as a hitter, square the ball up 4 times in a game, all the while go 0 for 4 with 4 lineouts. We can't control our results, but what we can control is, like Coach Prime is talking about, being consistent myself. For instance, I can work hard every day. I can listen when my coach is talking to me. I can be true to my word. I can show up on time. I can be a good teammate, a good friend. I can be a grinder. I can be an encourager. I can be a follower of Jesus. The 2 marks that we're going to look at tonight from the fruit of the Spirit in Galatians chapter 5 are patience and faithfulness. If you guys don't want to live a double life, if we want to be consistent people, which I think that's what we want to be, right? We want to be the best versions of ourselves each and every day. Well, we're going to need patience, and we're going to need faithfulness. And this is a fruit of the Spirit. And so like we've been doing every week, we've been getting our eyes on the GOAT, our example, Jesus, to see what this looks like in real time. So our verse of the night comes from Mark chapter 1, verse 35. We see in this passage Jesus' consistency on display. It says, "Very early in the morning, while it was still dark, Jesus got up, left the house, and went off to a solitary place where he prayed." Jesus had daily habits. One of them was prayer and solitude. You might think in your mind that you want to be an amazing baseball player and a wonderful Christian. But thinking that in our minds is not going to go very far into getting us there, right? We ultimately become our habits. So the question is, how are you spending your days? And does that line up with what you want to be in your mind? Now, if there was ever one person that did not need prayer like we do, it was probably Jesus, right? He's God in the flesh, but yet we see here that even Jesus finds himself being grounded in the patience of solitude, in the faithfulness of prayer. What kind of person is God calling you to be? Do you live a consistent life, or do you live a double life? Like Coach Prime says, it's exhausting to be something you're not. Figure out who you are and be that every day. Let's be consistent. Let's be what God has called us to be. And if you're a Christian, well, that calling is easy. The Bible says we are no longer our own, but we belong to God. Let's glorify God with our bodies.